The blast happened on Fire Lane 12 on the north end of Lake Winnebago. Emily Matesic joins us now live from the scene with what we know right now. Emily?
Yeah, Jeff and Sarah, as you can imagine, it was a scary morning for people out here on Fire Lane 12. You can see behind me the debris, the mess of debris left behind when that seasonal residence exploded. I'm going to step out of the way. Now, no one was home at the time, but there were people in the houses on either side of the property. 2 people from one of those homes suffered injuries described as minor, but they were still taken to a Green Bay hospital for evaluation and treatment. It was just after 8 a.m. when residents on Fire Lane 12 felt the explosion. Some thought it was a plane crash, others an earthquake. The seasonal residence that exploded was leveled, its debris scattered throughout the neighborhood. The explosion was so strong, several houses away had windows blown out.
We do not know what caused the explosion. We don't know if it was the gas that caused the explosion or the explosion caused the gas leak. We don't know that at this time. So that's under investigation.
Following the explosion, all residents here along Fire Lane 12 were evacuated because of a potential gas leak that was ongoing throughout the course of the morning. Those residents went to a shelter at the village of Harrison Village Hall. They were there for more than 5 hours. Coming up tonight at 5, hear from those residents about what they experienced this morning. Reporting live in the village of Harrison, Emily Matesic, Action 2 News.
When you think of community Thanksgiving dinners, a tattoo parlor doesn't really seem like a place you'd expect to dine. But as Emily Matesic tells us, new at 4, an Appleton shop wants to make sure everyone has a meal this holiday week.
The ink has been put away, the client chairs are being stored, and you won't find a needle out at Supreme Tattoo Society in Appleton. Today isn't about tats. The shop is actually closed, and turkey is on the menu.
We just decided to give back. Give as much as we could. We literally gave everything we have. So we worked all week to have the money we have right now to give it back.
The shop's owner, along with a few employees, have been busy since last night.
It just really feels good to give back to the community and do something for people that are less fortunate.
They flipped the parlor into a dining room and have been preparing a full Thanksgiving feast in the kitchen.
We have turkey, we have ham, corn, beans, cookies, cake.
But this free community meal for anybody who wanted to stop and eat is about more than just the food, because let's be honest, tattoos and turkey dinners aren't something we normally expect to see together.
Perception-wise, can be construed or has attachments with it. We're working to try to change that.
And it appears to be working, as those who are enjoying the dinner are finding good food and friendship.
I think it's delicious. I think whoever cooked it did a good job, and it meets Thanksgiving standards.
Dinner is being served at Supreme Tattoo Society until about 7 tonight. In Appleton, Emily Matesic, Action 2 News.
And while many are at home today enjoying time with friends and family, others are working this Thanksgiving, making them miss out on the holiday. New at 4, Emily Matesic shows us a project that worked to make sure no one felt alone.
These City Serve Green Bay volunteers are a well-oiled machine.
It was fun. It went a lot faster than we thought, and I even have a 3-year-old, and he was able to come and do the assembly line, and we just sped through, and it was fun to be able to be a part of something bigger and not just worrying about cooking our own food.
The group, made up of people of all different faiths from the Green Bay area, are participating in the first ever Operation Turkey Bags.
So our goal, right, is to, make people feel loved, make people feel appreciated on Thanksgiving, even if they have to work, because of their duty.
They are packing up turkey sandwich lunches to make sure everyone who's working the holiday gets a little taste of Thanksgiving today.
I did stickers for a little while, and then I moved on to packing food. And I hope everybody that's working right now has a happy Thanksgiving, even though they can't be with their family.
With these nearly 500 lunches packed, it was time for the second shift of City Serve volunteers to come in to get these out into the community. 20 or so bags at a time went out the door at the Westside Moravian Church in Green Bay and were loaded into cars. From there, volunteers took off, looking to spread joy in the greater Green Bay area.
We're with City Serve Green Bay, and we had volunteers pack these lunches today. We know it's pretty cruddy, you have to work, so we're hoping to give you one.
With stops at the airport, fire stations, even bars and restaurants, Operation Turkey Bags really made a difference.
So I didn't have anything planned, so I don't have to go home and cook or anything. So it's nice.
It was a nice surprise that there's people out there that are aware of what's going on the holidays. Not everybody's at home, so it was really neat to have them come and bring a bag lunch.
With happy volunteers and recipients, CityServe Green Bay says Operation Turkey Bags will become a Thanksgiving tradition. In Green Bay, Emily Matesic, Action 2 News.
Emily Matesic shows us how one group of volunteers is making sure everyone gets a taste of Thanksgiving this holiday.
Austin Straubel International Airport is one place that can't shut down today, even though it's a holiday. Dozens of workers are here, and thanks to CityServe Green Bay, everyone from TSA to gate agents are able to enjoy a Thanksgiving meal.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Early this morning, CityServe Green Bay volunteers gathered at Westside Moravian Church in Green Bay to pack bagged lunches. The group, made up of people of all different faiths from the greater Green Bay area, is working to spread love to all this holiday. And they're doing it through Operation Turkey Bags. Nearly 500 turkey sandwich lunches were prepared for those who find themselves working today.
Wouldn't it be nice to have like a real homemade turkey lunch sandwich? Like real roasted or smoked turkey, right? Or like a real baked muffin, right? Or a real baked cookie, like not just something out of a vending machine on Thanksgiving. Like what if you were loved on Thanksgiving, and how cool of a feeling would that be? So that's what we're doing today.
Okay, get in.
With the lunches prepared, more volunteers drove around town.
Hi!
Looking for places to spread holiday cheer.
There you go.
From the airport to fire stations, even bars and restaurants, the Thanksgiving gesture was greatly appreciated.
Definitely not expecting it, and yeah, it's nice to have a little treat every once in a while. So it's awesome.
And with the success of the turkey bag deliveries today, CityServe Green Bay is hoping to make this an annual tradition. Reporting in Ashwaubenon, Emily Matesic, Action 2 News.
In fact, Emily Matesic explains why what was left is more hurtful than helpful.
Profits made from selling donated goods to the Oshkosh St. Vincent de Paul Thrift and Furniture Store help people in the community. In 2017 alone, the store handed out more than $350,000 for food, shelter, and clothing to those who needed it. But over the weekend, while it was dark and the store wasn't open, a surveillance camera captured a man placing items outside the building, right in front of a sign clearly stating donations are not accepted after hours. The man left 15 27-inch tube TV sets, something the thrift store would have turned away during staffed hours.
There are certain things that we just simply can't take because we can't sell. These TVs, we can't even give them away for free. People don't want them anymore.
Stuck with the televisions that can't be sold, St. Vincent de Paul now has to pay hundreds of dollars in recycling fees to get rid of them.
It hurts the community because it's going to cost us $375 to get rid of these TVs. And by paying to have them trashed, we are taking away from what we are giving out into the community.
Oshkosh police are looking into the matter and say a citation is possible for the man seen on camera. St. Vincent de Paul took to its Facebook page to let people know these kinds of donations aren't acceptable and do more harm than good. St. Vincent de Paul is hoping whoever left these TVs will realize what they did was wrong and come and pick them up. They tell us that they will hold on to these TVs until the end of the week. Reporting in Oshkosh, Emily Matesic, Action 2 News.
Emily Matesic tells us what led police to investigate the practice that Larson was operating.
Appleton police say this all started to unfold when a woman who claimed to be a patient at Medical Psychology of Wisconsin became suspicious of the operations being run by a man who called himself Dr. Kyle Ellis. But according to police, the man running a physician's office out of this legitimate medical professional building was neither a doctor nor Kyle Ellis. Instead, the man is Kyle Grant Larson. State records show Larson is a licensed practicing nurse, but not a doctor of osteopathic medicine like he claimed in a video about the acupuncture treatments he offered at Medical Psychology of Wisconsin. Police say that's just one of the many treatments Larson may have performed without proper certification. The website for Medical Psychology of Wisconsin lists a number of treatments for things ranging from chronic pain to mental health disorders. Police say their investigation into Larson is just beginning.
As we continue to look into things, we're determining how those things came to be, how we acquired some of the information and ability to prescribe medications and to complete the care that he was doing.
Authorities aren't sure how many patients Larson saw when he was acting as a doctor, but they do believe that there are other victims out there. Appleton police are asking anyone who was treated by Larson to give them a call. Reporting in the Fox Valley newsroom, Emily Matesic, Action 2 News.
New at 6, Emily Matesic explains the important role this new facility will play.
Construction is underway on the new Aurora Bay Care facility at Commerce Crossing. The partnership between the city of Kaukauna and the healthcare provider was about 2 years in the making. But Aurora Bay Care says it had been eyeing the land for more than 4 years.
We've seen a large increase in the number of patients that have been traveling from Kaukauna to Green Bay, and we thought it would be best to build a facility to keep care close.
The 72,000 square foot facility will meet that need in the Kaukauna area, with the possibility to grow even bigger in the future.
We will have 3 operating rooms going live, 1 shelled in so we can go to 4. We'll have a pharmacy, we'll have therapy, primary care, specialty care, and urgent care plus, which will be staffed by ER physicians.
And while the facility will help to fill a healthcare void in the immediate area, it's also giving new life to a large piece of property that was vacant for years. Kaukauna officials had been actively trying to market the area after the former dog track closed and was torn down, but were continuously told no by businesses and developers.
Prime land was basically in between Menasha and Ballard Road, from what we were told, and we were a little bit too far north, too close to Green Bay, and it just took a long time to spark growth in this area.
And now city officials say with Aurora Bay Care as the main anchor tenant for the area, only good things will come.
That whole corridor, that Commerce Crossing, will probably explode with businesses within the next 3 to 5 years after landing Aurora.
Construction crews are hoping to continue working throughout the winter so that the facility can open by spring of 2020. Reporting in Kaukauna, Emily Matesic, Action 2 News.
From WBAY TV, coverage you can count on. Action 2 News at 5:30 starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Matesic. Today marks the centennial of the armistice that ended World War I, and today we honor those who have given their lives to protect our own and those who continue to do so. Among today's tributes, this tweet from Governor Scott Walker, who says, quote, "At the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month, the armistice was signed to end World War I 100 years ago. Thank you to our brave veterans," end quote. Governor-elect Tony Evers also posted a tribute on Twitter saying, quote, "Thank you to everyone who has served our country today and every day. Let's honor those who have served and commit to do better by those who have sacrificed so much," end quote. Veterans are also being honored at Oshkosh West High School, where the school is celebrating the first anniversary of its Veterans Honor Hall. New at 5:30, Katie Anderson brings us to the hall and shows us one of its new features. Starbucks is among several restaurants saluting our military veterans this day. All day today, veterans and active military can get a free tall coffee. Their spouses can get one too. A military ID or other proof of service is required. Dozens of other offers and events are being held today to honor our veterans. You can find those details at WBAY.com/links. Well, Lambeau Field is a buzz right now as the Packers return to Titletown to host the Miami Dolphins. Right now, the Packers lead the Dolphins 21-12 in the third quarter with the help of running back Aaron Jones, who has racked up more than 100 yards. Sports director Chris Roth will have another update on the game coming up in about 20 minutes in Action 2 Sports. Well, taking a look now at our Manitowoc Skycam, another chilly evening in progress. Some snow showers may still linger in parts of our area. Meteorologist David Ernst now joins us from Storm Center 2 with the latest on the evening forecast. David. Democrat Governor-elect Tony Evers faces a tough road ahead as he looks to fulfill his campaign promises. As we reported earlier this week, Republicans in control of the legislature are already looking to curtail his control as governor even before he officially enters office. Republicans have already come out strongly against several of his proposals, including accepting federal Medicaid expansion money, spending $1.4 billion more on schools, and reconstituting the state's economic development agency. But it goes both ways. Evers can use his veto power to stop Republican bills he opposes. But just a day after Wisconsin voters chose him as their next governor, Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos said he was open to looking at ways to limit Evers' power. That included a bill that Voss said would rebalance powers of the executive, but he didn't say what those limitations he would consider. He was asked to explain his comments on this morning's Upfront with Mike Goucher. Well, 2 beer companies are headed to trial this week in Milwaukee County. Why Pabst says Miller Coors is putting it out of business. Next on Action 2 News. Well, walking on the grounds of Lambeau Field is a dream for many Packers fans. Several veterans were given that opportunity during halftime of the Packers-Dolphins game. The Wounded Warrior amputee football team playing a game of their own against a group of Packers alum. New at 10, Tia Johnson shows us the special moment as the Packers honored our military this Veterans Day. Well, a chilly night tonight and our temperatures to dip further as the night goes on. Meteorologist David Ernst now joins us live from Storm Center 2 with details on tonight's forecast. David. Thanks, David. A Veterans Honor Hall is growing at Oshkosh West High School. How you can help it continue to grow as we honor our local military, coming up on Action 2 News.